Of course there was no voice. I had it muted. I don't know why I had it muted. So everything I just yelled out, well, welcome back. My name's Josh Gahan from Demo 1. Sorry about that. We've had technical issues all up and down the paddock today, and that explains why no one could hear me through the thing. The stream crashed, but we're back. Here we go. Oh, Bill! What happened there? What happened to Bill? He's punted Marzan. That was a huge, huge, huge collision. Marzan will recover. Oh, it's a red flag. The whole race has been red flag. I think for that first turn. Can you hear me now? Give me a letter rep tater chip. I don't know why it muted. Because I'd unmuted myself, I'm pretty sure. Anyway. You can hear me good. Let her rip tater chip. Yeah, I think that was a red flag. So, anyway. Let's forget about the first 10 minutes of that stream. And let's just get straight back into... Whew. Things have not gone safely, very smoothly early on, have they? I've had a stream computer crash. I've had red flag in this race. Now Marzan leads the championship. He's got 62 points. It's 54 from the Intisto. Dark Right 52, 44 from Bill Bader, and Doogie's on 30. They're your top 5. Erky and Exotica yet to score points though. Here we go, end of the race. We're starting it. Red flags, contentious issue here in the GT Challenge. Let's get into it. We're at Autodromo Nazionale Monza in Italy. Round number 3 for the Elite Division. And there's your grid. 15 drivers, all proving that they are the fastest here in the league. Watch Marzan off the start. He got an absolutely blistering pace, beating that Mazda driven by Dark Right. 2, 1, and it'll be racing the green light, and once again the Mazda bogs down and Bill Bader's through, and off he goes up into the first chicane. I don't know what the red flag's for at all, Hoodie. I absolutely have no idea. Here they go, into the first chicane for the second time this time. 2 wide most of the guys. We didn't have anyone punting anyone then. And that looks pretty clean to me. Let's get back to things as we come up through Curva Grande. Marzan, he's almost a second behind now. He's falling further and further off the pace. But don't count him out at all just yet. Bill Bader goes in there. Rest of the field as well. And they're filing through again. They're trying to keep civil about it. And the boys have done a good job. Arrowhead. There. This is where we had some trouble before. Into the first Lesmo. Looks like everyone's gotten through. Bill Bader still leads it for the AMS team. Well, oh, we've got someone out wide there. Very wide indeed. That was one. That was Gnarly. Gnarly going very wide at Lesmo too. And he's now being eaten up by the rest of the guys. Autista coming around him as well. Doogie might get an opportunity. Into the... Oh, look at that Doogie and Autista. Great show of racing. Gnarly's just there ahead. I think he's holding back Autista for the Puerto Rican team. But Gnarly off and racing here into Curva Grande. This is where things will get a little bit spicy for the boys. There's J-Mag just in behind Marzan, and Princess up into 4th. Fantastic effort from the female driver. First female driver here in the SFR GT Challenge League. Chasing them down as we go on board with Princess, who's up into 4th. Is she going to go for a move? No, she'll hit the brakes and she will stick with them at the moment. Slipstreams are plenty here at Monza. And if you can stay with the car in front, at least within a second or so, you will be able to catch them back up. So that's what's important here. On board with Princess. She started on the softs. Don't forget, they have to drive the medium tyre at least once in this race. So she's on the faster tyre to start with. Into the first Lesmo. This is Bill Bader looking up behind him. He started on the softs as well. And he's got a good advantage there over Marzan. But they hasn't managed to shake them yet. We're on board with Marzan. Marzan's on the medium, so that shows us what's going on there. That's why his pace hasn't been exceptionally quick. It's still very quick for the medium. He's keeping up with these boys and girls on the softs. And yeah, great stuff from Marzan on the medium. Back to J-Mag. Soft tyre for J-Mag. So we've only got Marzan in the top 5 who are on the medium tyre. Das Brooksty's caught up to the back of him as well. And in the Lexus, he's a reserve driver today, but driving the Lexus there for Nataku, I believe. And he'll score points for him. Quick driver in the Lexus. Keep an eye on him. These top 5. Smashing pace. And they're going to... Oh, I thought Bill Bader was going around then. I just saw blue and yellow and a bit of the black there of the AMS livery. But he's kept it. Marzan's right up and tight too, so he's really making the most of these mediums. He'll probably jump in the pits if he can get in front, or when he sees Bill Bader go for a move, I'd say, because he's not going to lose any time out of that. And if Marzan can come back out onto the soft tyre, I think he's going to be a little bit quicker than all these people. We'll have to wait and see. This is Darkrai, leads this second pack. He was up there for Turismo Racing. We've still got the Turismo Racing livery. I think there's been a team change though, so I think that livery will change. Erky got through the Lesmos this time without any drama in the Mustang. It looks really good in the livery he's got for him, Erky Gaming there. I like it. Nice and clean. And it's the Mustangs. You see them in the V8 supercars these days in Australia, if you're a bit of a fan. Yo, what is up? What is up, Genesis? Pity we didn't have you in the Race on Oz race last night, if that's the same Genesis. Berkey, look at this, side on with Darkrai. He's using all the power available in the Mustang. It's a circuit, I'd imagine, that suits the horse, the charging Mustang. He's made that look easy, ahead of Darkrai before the first chicane. On the brakes hard. Excuse me there. On the brakes hard. And Das Brooksy falling off a little bit, or the top 3, 4 starting to fall off. Marzan has gotten Bill Bader at some point, and Marzan leads this race, not Grand Prix. I do that sometimes. I'm thinking about F1. I haven't seen the F1 race yet, and I actually want to go watch it. You knew an STR. Oh, well, there we go. My bad. There's a Genesis in another league that spells the name almost similar to you, so that's why I got confused. But welcome along. Welcome along. Good to have you along here. Maybe you'll get a drive soon enough when the reserve pool opens up. Hey Josh, what's happening? Joining us now on lap 4 of 32. Some good racing here. Everyone's staying nice and equally close. Slipstream being used to full effect here. Everyone staying within striking distance. And the top drivers has yet really to make a gap on anyone. Marzan on the medium tyre, he's leading, and that's very, very great that's just great time management and great pace from the Puerto Rican. And he's doing the Puerto Rican esports team very, very proud. Racing today, of course, for Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day for veterans. I know in Australia we have it on November 11th. And it is marked with a minute's silence when the guns fell silent. That's what today's for. They will be. I think they'll be racing for that in the Pro Division as well. So yeah, that speaks a little bit for me. I'm a veteran myself. Used to be in the Navy, back in the Australian Navy. Who'd have thought you'd see me end up here commentating car races? Awesome racing here today. Princess doing a fantastic job. She's managed to hold off in the 4th right now, and she's really kept pace with those front 3. And yeah, I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. STR have got a really good driver on their hands here. Erky's coming forward as well. And Das Brookseed, the reserve. Yeah, there are a few vets among us, aren't there? It's, I think, is it Tactical Taco that drives with one leg? That is just an astonishing achievement. Yeah, to be leading this race, and I think everyone's on the softs. Let's get you a tyre update through the field. Soft for Brooksy. Soft for Erky. Darkrise medium. Alright, so keep an eye on the Mazda. Doing good as well, keeping up with the top guys. And in that slipstream, Darkrise should be able to consolidate that and possibly get a few overtakes later on when everyone else is using that medium. Neen Tisto. Good to see Neen Tisto racing. He's on the medium too. Okay. But he's falling off that slipstream a little bit now. Oh, that's Mac. Alright. I'm yet to learn some of the new guys' names, so don't take any offense to that. If I calling you something else. Catches by himself, and he's on the softs. And there's Judoka soft as well. Arrowhead soft. Gnarly soft. Medium for Autista. And Doogie medium. Alright, interesting. And Marzen now building a lead, 1.3 seconds. He's doing a really that's just unbelievable pace from him to be keeping so far ahead. Look at this, Princess going for a move. She's going to be side by side through Lesmo 2. You don't usually see that at all. And she's now got the run on J-Mag up towards Ascari, and Brooksy's going to get involved. Darkrai as well. He's trying to squeeze in there, but I think he's going to take the better approach and just to avoid an accident. Side on with Erky there. Princess, oh, she's lost out a little bit. That's so unfortunate. Erky's just somehow, look at that, he's slithered his way through, sneaky run, and he's now up into the top 3. This is fantastic little group racing. Princess back home to 4th now. And Erky's going to have to defend with everything he's got. He's got the car to do it, I reckon, in the Mustang. Oh, DJ DNF'd. Well, there we go. I wondered where DJ was. Well, thank you, MD. A lot of the guys are changing their names as we go on, so I'm having to relearn names almost every race. So please just keep your PSN the one thing. Oh, what happened to Bill? What happened to Bill? I saw Bill getting reset. Oh, he's missed his look at that, on the brakes hard, and he's fallen through. Down in the 6th place. He's now with Darkrai. Bill's going to be absolutely shooting himself for that one. Absolutely huge for the championship as well. Bill Bader currently, well, he's 4th right now. He's got 44 points in the drivers. And he's going to be kicking himself for that one. Let's watch the telemetry. Let's see where he went to brake. Oh, he didn't hit. He tried it at the 100. The car would not stop for him. And he just had to take the reset. So unfortunate for Bill there. Trying something maybe a little bit too aggressive, but it has not worked out. And there he is in 6th place. Marzan in 1st, and he's got a 3.8 second lead on medium tyres. This race is well and surely looking very, very good for Marzan. Urki here holding off Princess, who's up into the 3rd place right now, and she'll be looking good for a podium if she can secure that one by the end of the 32 laps. She's not going to go for a move into the first chicane now. Are you serious? Did Bill actually have 2 resets on Monza? Because that's a lot of resets. He's up to 1 right now. Urki pulling away from Princess slightly, but she's keeping her own. Into the 2nd chicane they go, and up to the Lesmos. Bit of a sideways action there from Dark Right. He's going to go on Princess here, and Princess is keeping her cool around the Lesmo, getting pushed wide. Oh, Bill Bader's almost done another one. He's recovered very quickly though. He was very lucky to recover from that. And now up towards Ascari. The race is on. The 2 AMS boys, Neem Tisto's involved now, so Neem Tisto can help push Bill forward. We'll see some bump drafting going on there. This is the track for it. Into the Ascari they go. And watch this. This was the run up on Princess. He's on the medium tyre. Princess on the outside. Oh, that was so close. And into the 2nd one, he had to give that one up. And there is Duckrai. Marzan's in early on to get rid of the mediums. No surprise there. Neem Tisto getting involved as well. We're going across the start-finish line. There's a bit of a race going on here. Princess, Darkrai, Das Brooksy with the slipstream. Slingshot for him. He's going to get it up the inside before the first turn. He does. Princess lets that happen, lets the teammate through. Good racing from them. And Marzan back out into 5th right now. There's a battle here between J-Mag and Catch. Catch is fighting for it. And the rest of the field down the 12th get through. Arrowhead amongst them. Here's J-Mag and Catch. Soft tyre here. He's got, look how effective the slipstream is here at Monza. Is he going to find it? Oh, the gap opened up, but he just wasn't there in time before the braking zone appeared. We'll get the words out eventually. And don't forget, if you are used to the time that they usually start, daylight savings now occurred for the States as well, so everything for the SFR used to start at 10 AM GMT 10, now starts at 11 AM GMT 10. So I get a bit of a sleep in before I have to get up and get ready. And yeah, that is why today's race started an hour later. Probably why it decided to crash on us at the start. But I'm glad that Facebook recovered. That never, ever, ever, ever happens. So that made my job 10 times easier. Here's Gnarly. And you probably didn't hear me say, but if you at any point feel you can donate, there's a Streamlabs URL, or you can donate directly on Facebook using stars. I will use that to update my hardware, which is now getting on to 5, maybe 6 years old at the end of the year, which is probably why we get a few crashes here and there. But I will use that. I think the hard drive is the first one you need to work on. We've definitely got the RAM, and we've got the capture card. I think it's the hard drive that's causing us the issues. I will investigate why we crash later on. But Gnarly goes for a move. Princess coming out of the pits, and she's going toe-to-toe with Rockefeller's Gnarly there. Let's have a quick recap of what happened. Gnarly gets in front though, and Princess falling further and further behind now. She might go for a move. Gnarly's cut it across there and blocked the run. Great racing from Gnarly, and fully aware of him having to defend in the back. So she come out of the pits there. You can see Catch coming through. And the rest of the field comes through. No pit lane violation here for Princess. She's done the right thing. And Gnarly is just calm. Oh, he almost punted Neen Tisto. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. We'll go have a look at that. And Neen Tisto, he's been left wanting. We didn't catch that the first time around, but that's definitely opened up. Here's Princess and Gnarly into Ascari. Side on again. Princess loves racing side to side here. She's cut the corner a little bit. And that's punted. Gnarly out wide. Arrowhead. Oh, Arrowhead's cooked it as well. And that's caused a huge collision. Erky comes through. And Arrowhead recovers. I don't know what happened to Arrowhead. He just got it all sort of sideways coming out of Ascari. Big drama there. Neen Tisto comes through and he'll get his upcomings on Gnarly after Gnarly accidentally punted him before. This is the telemetry from Gnarly. 100. It's not going to stop him. Oh, and it's hit Neen Tisto. That's Brooksy down in 7th place right now. Let's catch Erky, Arrowhead, and Neen Tisto's in 11th. Let's find out what happened to Neen. Oh, it was like... Oh, he's not going to be happy with that at all. He didn't get to finish last race. And he had to recover in the gravel trap. He fell further and further down the field. And in 12th place is where he ended up. He's down in 11th right now. Oh, there's another yellow in the sector. I think everyone's recovered. Just saw a yellow flag out. I don't know if J-Mag was involved there. Look at this. Princess once again fighting hard with the boys. She's definitely showing them how to race today, making them work for it. A real talent up and coming here in the elite. And we could see Princess on a podium sooner rather than later. She definitely deserves it. Today she's definitely fighting for it. Down in 5th place. Through Parabolica. And onto the front straight. Catches in the pits now, and he'll take off his soft tire. Princess looking for an overtake up before the first turn. Definitely the place to do it. With the slipstream engaged, the slingshot activated. It's AMG on AMG Mercedes. She's got the inside line. This is going to be easily done for her there. Switch over won't happen. She'll cover the inside for the next turn, and Chidoka will have to work back on recovering 3rd place. Great run. Bill Bader back up into 2nd now. Oh, what's happened to Doogie? He's getting lapped now on lap 11. That's not usual from Doogie. So Doogie, I think he's out of this one. Marzan's got an 8.5 second lead here. Huge lead on the field. And the Puerto Rican esports team will be very happy with how things are going. Bit of a touch from behind there. Who was that? That was Dark, right? You can see Doogie getting lapped now. I think Doogie's out of this one. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Neen Tisto. He was really, like you said, targeting position 4 again. But as we've seen, he's one of the drivers here that can definitely fight back and recover after a mistake. So he's up into 8th now. So and he's with the field still. So it's definitely not out and out for Neen Tisto. Just needs to get back in there and amongst it. J-Mag down in 9th place. Arrowhead got the special livery for Rockefeller. Down in 10th, and he's going in. Taking some fuel as well here. Waiting for a lot of fuel from Arrowhead. And on the soft tyre, Arrowhead will remain. Coming out down to the first turn now, and there's no one around him. It is Mazen though leading this race here by some distance, almost 10 seconds at this point. And it's going to be very hard to catch back up to him. Bill Bader there in second. He's recovered after being reset. So Bill Bader's definitely got some pace. Princess up into the podium spot. She's worked hard for that. Let's see if she can keep it before the end of the 32 laps are over. It is then Judoka there. And there's a little bit of a field in behind. Dark Right just racing clear now of Das Brooksy, who leads the charge for 6th, which includes Erky and Nintisto. So Nintisto's definitely back in this one. Through Ascari there. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide on the exit. Das Brooksy has. Brooksy, yeah, I thought Brooksy was filling in. He's filling in for you, Nataka, that's right. He's Nintisto. He's going to have a go on Erky here. He might get the run on him in the Toyota. It's looking likely. It's looking very likely. Erky will the slipstream of just Brooksy. Look at this. Look at these two. Look how quickly they're charging up for... Oh, Nintisto's been blocked. There's not much he could do there. We're waiting for Erky to come by. He's up the inside. And look at this. We've had only one change, but Nintisto fighting very hard now. And 7th place for Nintisto. He's on the charge here for 4th. And he's definitely not out of this one at all. It's a shame he got punted though. It's created a little bit more of a workload for him now as we come close to the halfway point of this one. And Erky in the Mustang trying to make some distance now. Open up that gap. Because he knows if he can create at least at least 1.5 seconds, they will have a harder time catching him back up as Das Brooksy pushes forward for the SDI team. Look at him fly now. Big straight up towards Ascari. J-Mag's trying to tag back on. Erky under all sorts here. Das Brooksy chucking a nose in. And Erky just having to keep his racing line through Ascari now. Das Brooksy, look at that. He's got the pace on him. Got the run out of Ascari. And he's done it. He's done the job for now. If he can do that coming into the last few laps, well, Erky's going to be in all sorts of trouble. Nintisto will have his second chance and have a good run. Let's see what happens this time around. And yeah, Das Brooksy reserve filling in for Natako up into 5th place. J-Mag still there. He hasn't fallen off yet. Here we go. Again, Erky with the slingshot. Nintisto, he's not going to get blocked this time. Will Das Brooksy cover him off? Oh, it's just left him room. Comes back across the run, so Nintisto now has to work even harder. That's 2 times he's been trying to get around, and that's 2 times he's been denied. Up in towards the second. Das Brooksy drifts out wide to run and block Nintisto. Nintisto will be getting a little bit frustrated there, I think. Having his attempts thwarted like that. We're on board with Nintisto, who was involved in a punt incident early on. And just watch how the slipstream works as we come out of Ascari and up to Parabolica here on lap 15. Hitting the brakes now and turning in. This is not a track the Toyota will definitely have an advantage at. But look how effective the slipstream is here for the Toyota. Helping him keep up into the top end and helping him pull back in these quicker guys and these bigger, musclier cars, the Lexus and the Mustang. That's Brooksy. Look at that around the outside of Urki again. And they're just exchanging positions lap after lap. And Nintisto, this is his moment to shine. Here we go. 3 wide now. Nintisto with the shortest run into the corner. He's slotted back in, and Urki couldn't do anything about that one at all. And Nintisto back up into 5th. Great run. Great run from Nintisto. And this race is not over at all. This is Marzan. His lead, 11.8 seconds. This guy is miles ahead of the rest of the field. And Bill Bader, whoa, look where Princess is, and Darkrai's there as well. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. The final points paying podium positions. They all pay down to the end of the 15th. A lot more points though if you can get 2nd or 3rd. And Darkrai is on it. Oh no, Bill Bader again. Mistakes today are just hampering his efforts. Can Bill Bader recover now up to Ascari? Princess is going to momentarily go into 2nd. Back into 3rd as Bill Bader recovers somehow in the AMG. Darkrai punts through. Bill Bader's down into 4th. I think he was run wide down to Ascari there. He's not going to be happy about that at all. Marzan goes in for his pit stop. He's getting fuel. He's almost out of fuel there. Princess now leads this race as Bill Bader goes in. Urki's in as well. So's Das Brooksy. So a lot of the drivers now choosing to pit while Darkrai and Princess will continue the race for us. And Darkrai slots it in at turn 1. Nothing Princess could do about that. But this is where this was the run down to Ascari. This is where things went wrong for Bill. He went wide here at Lesmo. And then he was he somehow recovered and kept up with Princess. Well, Darkrai, that would have helped, that bump draft there. And watch, I think he goes wide into Ascari. They were 2 wide at this point. Oh yeah, that's what's hurt him. And you can see Princess and Dark just disappear. Oh, what's happened to Bill? Again. We've just recovered back his 2nd chicane. Bill is in all sorts as Nintisto comes through to take 6th, and Das Brooksy comes back out in 8th after pit stopping. What happened to Bill Bader? Oh, he was already off. Very interesting. Bill Bader now, he's letting, something's getting to him today. The nerves are all getting to him. And that is about the 3rd or 4th mistake, if you've been counting, that he's made. And that's really, really hurt his race. He was up into 2nd. He was definitely keeping pace with Marzan early on. Das Brooksy goes wide. Recovers though. Got to be careful out there. This is Bill Bader. Ooh, has he been spun? Or was that all himself? We'll go back and look at that one. There he is now in 7th, and he's in the pits. New boots for Bill Bader. And fuel. Let's take a look at how we got there. Catch was in behind. No, he sent himself. Bill Bader had done that to himself. And that's how we got there. Bill Bader now in 11th. He's got a lot of work ahead of him now. We're at halfway. Oh, DNA J-Mag. J-Mag in a bit of trouble. Oh, did Arrowhead push him wide? They were 2 wide into the first turn. He's now back up to 9th. I think J-Mag's readdress that situation. Sorry, Arrowhead. Lots and lots and lots in action. Oh, I think he did. Yes, he's readdressed. You can see he's let off. Good work there from Arrowhead. And he's let J-Mag come through, and he's lost another one, unfortunately. As Bill Bader's come out and taken that one as well. So Arrowhead felt he was at fault for that one. Autista and Arrowhead now going side on. Princess is in the pits. Fuel as well for her. She'd have to go to the medium at some point. Can't remember if she went the medium at the start. She's falling down the field, and she's back out on the softs here, and she's got fuel to take it to the end. That's Brooksy. There's Princess coming out. Berkey, catch coming through as well. And there's Bill Bader and J-Mag. Bill Bader has the edge though. Oh, I thought there was going to be a punt then. J-Mag just pulled it up just in time. Now, I saw Gnarly just sitting on the side of the road. I don't know what happened to him there. He's back in racing. He's in 13th. Just come out of the pits and he parked it up. Very interesting indeed. I don't know what happened with Gnarly. Yep, Gnarly was parked at the exit. I don't know why, but he's not going to be scoring the points he'd like today. Darkrai leads this one, interestingly, for the PX7 team, the newly formed team. I've forgotten what they've called themselves. And he's in. And he's in. Marzen coming around. And Marzen will take the lead of this race. Lap 20. It's Neen Tisto and Judoka at the moment. Oh, I almost sneezed then. Almost sneezed. Judoka and Neen Tisto. Darkrai's come back out in second. I don't know what's happened to Princess. She's fallen off after taking all that fuel. So, while we're talking about fuel, let's have a look at the fuel situation. This is Neen Tisto's fuel. We definitely need to fill up. Definitely need to fill up. Darkrai, well, I think he's filled up to the end. Judoka will need to fill up. Das Brooksy will. There's Princess. She's got the full tank to the end. I don't know if she's got too much fuel. Maybe she's definitely filled to the end. Erky's definitely filled. Alright, you got to be over halfway to be filled to the end, I'd say. Bill Bader will need fuel as well. J-Mag's got himself done. Autista will need fuel. Or Arrowhead. Arrowhead could be close. Gnarly, he's filled up, but I think he's out of this one. And Doogie's out of this one too. Don't know what happened to those two. And there's Marzen. Marzen is filled as well. And he's done the medium tyre as well. So Marzen hasn't got a lot to worry about right now. He's lead 4.6 seconds. And if he continues to do lap times like he's doing, 147 almost flat, he's going to have no troubles at all winning this one. This is Darkrai leading over Neen Tisto, who's got himself back up to third for now. But remember, he will need fuel along with the rest of them around him. And Judoka trying to use AMG power there to to race past the Toyota of Nientisto. Judoka though just can't find the top end he requires at the moment here at Monza. The slipstream though will be working in his favour come the next few straights as we go past the Lesmos. Judoka just needs to stay within striking range here, and he can definitely have a crack at the overtake. We'll keep an eye on Nientisto. For the elite division, he's definitely got strategy covered each and every week. So yeah, that P4 he's looking for definitely might appear. If you are new here, welcome along. My name is Josh Gahan from Demo 1. I'm your commentator, and we're live on Twitch, Facebook and YouTube every single race. You can choose your platform of choice. And don't forget, follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well. And we're just going through the field at the moment on lap 21 of 32. We're coming up to 10 laps to go. And right now we're in a bit of a lull as we wait for the last of the stints to happen and everyone to take their final pit stop, which will compress the field once again, and we will start seeing some real quick sprint racing to the end. We're here at Autodromo Nazionale Monza in Italy, and it's been a pretty interesting affair so far. And we're just waiting now for, like I said, those final stints to happen. There will be fuel stops that need to be made at this point. But it is Marzan who is leading by 3.1 seconds. That will grow because Marzan, we believe, is filled to the end. At least what I can deduce from the strategies and the statistics that we know around here. You can see everyone's in their own little bit of little territory, and if they if the drivers, they're not within at least a second and a half at the most here at Monza. The car in front, if they're quicker, they will disappear and they'll find it very hard to catch them back up. You can see that's sort of happening right now. Everyone's within that 1.5 second range. Das Brooksy might catch Judoka here, so keep an eye on this. He's filling in for Nataku today because Nataku said he's got a stress fracture. That's got to hurt. Well, Princess is in 6th, but I think she's about net 3rd or 2nd once the fuel stops happen. So yeah, definitely I'd be giving Princess driver of the day for sure. She's driving out of his skin, metaphorically speaking. You can see, look at that, Das Brooksy now right up behind Judoka, 6/10. That's what I'm talking about. The slipstream is real effective around here. Right on board with Brooksy. Nientisto needs to fill up. So Nientisto, well, we believe Nientisto needs to fill up. So I think Nientisto might fall back to 4th, maybe 5th. Once the fuel stops happen. We will find out in just a moment because we're 10 laps to go. And yeah, the drivers will need to do their final pit stops. You can see Das Brooksy, bottom left hand of the screen. You can see that flashing red icon. That means he's low on fuel. So he'll be getting the warning message on his screen. Ooh, Judoka goes a little bit sideways through Ascari. That's not the quickest way through there. And here he comes. The man of the moment. The reserve driver in the Lexus for Nataku. And he's got him before Parabolica. Sorry, Curve. I keep getting those two mixed up. It's Parabolica. It's the last corner. It's the extending radius corner. It's a very difficult corner to take, actually, and to get correct. Judoka now will have the slipstream on Das Brooksy. He's not going to get anything out of it though. The Lexus seems to have the top end pull. And Judoka just couldn't get him. Catch we haven't seen much of today. But he's filled to the end, but looks of things. Definitely filled to the end. Princess, we know, is filled to the end. Oh, Judoka, he's got a little bit more fuel in the tank, but he's not filled to the end. But he can go a few more laps than Brooksy if he wants to. As we know, Brooksy's running low. Neen Tisto's low, so he'll need to come in. And Darkrai not filled to the end, but he won't need to stay in the pits as long. So he's going to come out ahead of Neen Tisto. So that will mean Neen Tisto will be looking about 4th, 5th place. We'll have to wait and see where he feeds back in. So it's all down to strategy at this point in the race. And it's anyone's guess what will happen here. We all know Marzin's got this in the bag. He's run away on those mediums early on because he kept pace with everyone, and he's just made the difference on the softs. Huge difference on the softs. Oh, he's going into pit. Interesting. Is there a free pit stop there for Marzin? Well, he didn't need fuel. He's going on to the soft tyre and he's back out in second, and we all know that Darkrai will need to pit. Oh no! It's drama for the leader of the race, and that's gonna push Neen Tisto back to 3rd here. Watch where Neen Tisto and Princess come. Oh no, he's got the hazards on. As Darkrai had an issue. See what happened. On the brakes, turning in, getting back on the power. Oh, he just got the back end out. Damn, that's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Still got the hazards on though. I don't know if that's unintentional. But he's down into 2nd. And well, that's going to hurt. He'll be sitting. That's going to push Princess back up into 2nd now, and that's going to close the gap between him and Neen Tisto. And Neen Tisto's got I didn't realize Neen Tisto had so much fuel. Look at that. There is Darkrai's fuel. There is Neen Tisto's fuel. So Neen Tisto could come out in 3rd here. Yeah, the colours for the Rockefeller Catcher's car, who used to be the original green machine, is it's changing colours. We'll have to wait and see how he transforms the livery here on in, but we'll have a look. He is getting a bit of a makeover. Darkrai's in, not surprisingly. Neen Tisto, Princess. It's now Princess and Neen Tisto in that order. Darkrai just come out ahead of Judoka there. Brooksy now fighting for the top 5, which is occupied by this man, Judoka. You're not wrong. It will be elite podium for STR at the moment if Princess can keep it. She's looking very likely that she'll get it too. Look at that. She's got no competition around her. She's got a 7 in the 2nd lead over Neen Tisto. And she's fought so hard to get up there, so STR will be very happy. Let's remind you what those points are in the championship. Apex Motorsports lead, 106. And then it's Team Phoenix Esports, 64. Rockefeller's got 46. DNA's got 36, and Stronger Together have got 24. So this will be a good haul of points today for the team championships. And Princess, well, she's 8th overall in the championship today, so she's going to get herself a good haul in the drivers too. Really shaking things up today. Oh, that's a good question. Has she taken mediums MD? I actually don't remember. I usually write them down today. I forgot. There we go. There's our question's been answered. We could have been maybe a bit ahead of ourselves. She had the fuel. A little bit of splashing at the end. She's going to be fighting hard for the podium now. She's in 3rd, so she's still in a podium paying position. Here comes Darkrai though. And that's down into 4th now for Princess. I think Nintisto has to go though. No, Nintisto... I think Nintisto's done it. You'll have to fuel save. No, he might be right. I think Nintisto could be good in 2nd there. So somehow after all of that, Nintisto could be ending this race up into 2nd place. Very interesting now. This is where the strategy brings everything together, and that's what we were all wondering what was happening. The race for 5th though. Just Brooks is pulling away from Judoka now, and Erky's back on scene in the Mustang. You can see Catch is just catching those. That's funny to say. Catch is catching them. The Rockefeller man. If he can get the pace here, he should be able to maybe get onto the onto the back of Erky and pull him in with the slipstream. 5 to go, and things are really starting to sort themselves out now. But it's this battle here for 5th place, which we are not quite sure of, and 3rd and 4th as well. Can Princess push her way forward? Lap 27 to 32 now. Here comes Erky in the Mustang. He'll have the slipstream, and Das Brooks has got some defending to do now. You can see Judoka's already gone out into the gap that opened up. Das Brooks a lot slower at this point. Look at the pace Erky's got. He's given Judoka a bit of a bump. On the brakes they go. Das Brooks beat him under braking. And good run there. Das Brooks held his own. Erky, who looked like he had the extra pace, well, he was beaten under the brakes, so Brooksy broke a little bit later, and that's given him the heads up into the 2nd chicane. He's going for the inside run, but Erky pulls back in behind, takes the racing line, because he knows will cause a calamitous situation if he continues on that trajectory. Here's Catch. He's in 8th place. He's 2.2 seconds behind Erky, and he's quickly running out of time to catch those guys ahead of him. J-Mag's fallen down into 9th. Interesting. What was that from Bill Bader? It looked like he just. Yep. Somehow he's just flying. What was that about? I think everyone's taking mediums now. Oh no, Bill once again. Mistakes today have been his downfall. Bill. It's pretty much game over for him at this moment. Well, that was almost a dangerous entry under the track. I do just want to see this physics. I just want to see what happened with Bill here. Interesting. Very interesting. But on the run down up to us, to the Lesmos, I don't know what he's done to himself, but he's caused himself to crash. Just going to stick with it now. He got into the 2nd chicane fine. Nothing seemed to be working against him here. And into the first Lesmo, on the brakes, and yep, he spun himself. That's easy enough to do. And I think he's out of this one today. Marzan coming through, and we all know he's done the mediums. So first place for him, pretty much guaranteed at this moment. Nintisto, a bit of an unknown. He's got fuel to the end. Mediums. Well, we're about to find out. There's only 3 to go. And then there is Darkrai in third. And then it's Princess in fourth, who we thought was going to get a podium, but she needed the medium tyre. And Darkrai has been a little bit quicker than Princess, so she hasn't been able to keep pace, but she's definitely made it difficult and fought hard with them all today. Her best result, I think, in the elite division. There's Judoka and Brooksy. This race is still happening. This is the battle for 5th. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. Erky's fallen off the charge. Can probably make a little bit of ground at this moment. Judoka hugging the inside line. He knows it's his best opportunity to defend into turn 1. He'll cut back across and have it inside for 2. And he'll have it covered for the exit as well. So Brooksy running out of laps now. Yeah, well, Nintisto was punted very early on, and we thought he was down and out of this one. But somehow he's just kept cool, and he's worked hard to get second. Ooh, and Erky now right on the clacker of Brooksy. I told you it wouldn't be long before Erky's back into it. He's got the pace down this second section. And Brooksy's fallen off Judoka there a little bit. Yeah, he's got to beat the power of the AMG and the Mustang on the straights. The Lexus though is no slouch. And with the BOP, I think it equals up pretty well. But he's definitely got a disadvantage on the straights because those cars behind him, especially Erky's, looking very strong. On the brakes hard for Parabolica, and Brooksy capped it in front. It's getting tense now as we're on to the penultimate lap here for Elite Division, round number 3. And it's the battle for 6, which is in the unknown right now. Erky with the slipstream. He'll have this slingshot effect again inside for turn 1. Brooksy didn't go to defend early. He probably should have. But maybe he thinks he can get it back. Coming around up into the Lesmos, up to the second chicane. Marzan, Nintisto and Darkrai are 1, 2, 3 in the championship, and that's how today's race looks like it's going to finish. So let's have a comparison of the speeds down this straight here. We're on the penultimate lap now, and this is the battle. Oh no, has someone gone off? Oh, it's Darkrai and Princess. She's coming around for a podium here. Darkrai, it's drama here on the penultimate lap, and Judoka could pull them in. Oh, what happened to him there? He was catching Nintisto as well. He had a lot of pace in the Mazda. He's down now into 4th place. Princess back up into 3rd. She could get that podium we all thought she just missed out on. But it's been the mistakes from some of the drivers today that have really hurt them. And it's Brooksy in behind Erky. Erky's got the overtake. And catches really close in the gap he is. There's Princess there. And this is Darkrai. What happened to him? Oh, he's come out wide. And a big moment for him. And then this girl comes through and she took 3rd. Big moment for her. She's on the podium at the moment. And this is the final lap of this race. There's nothing left in it. Corners are disappearing quickly. This is the man leading it, Marzan. He's 12.9 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Don't know why there's a yellow flag in this sector. Princess now has the fight of her life right now. She's up into third. She's kept it clean most. Oh, Bill Bader's out there. That's why. It's not a place to overtake anyway, so don't worry about that. And then in comes Judoka as well. Judoka is so close. Can he use the power of the AMG to catch that Mazda up down the straight? But Princess in the AMG, she's got a real big task ahead of her now. Here goes Marzan around Parabolica for the final time. And he's about to win this race. Round number 3. Huge victory for him. Checkered flag, there it is. Then it will be Neen Tisto, who's fought hard with a cool head. And he would really well-deserved second place. It's Princess, though, side on with Darkrai around Parabolica. The Mazda not giving her an inch. She might lose it here at the line. The Princess just wasn't able to keep it ahead. Darkrai did a great job to fight that one back. And Princess, she takes 4th place. This is where it all went away for her. Oh, it was on the brakes. Darkrai had the inside line. And she just couldn't get the power down the way the man in the Mazda could. And there goes Darkrai. He recovers and gets that 3rd place back. His heart rate would have been pounding though. And they cross the line inches away from each other. Let's go through the final finish. It was then Judoka in 5th. Then it was Das Brooksy. Berkey got 7th. Catch didn't quite manage to pull him in the end. Then it was J-Mag, Bautista, Arrowhead, Bill Bader, and Gnarly coming around. But it was this man, Marzan, who was the fastest and beat them with strategy today. Thanks for joining us. We've got interviews coming up. My name's Josh Gahan. I was your commentator today. And this is Demo and Garage broadcasting the SFR GT Challenge Round 3 Elite live on Twitch, YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to join us and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Well, that will end the main broadcast portion. So thank you for joining. We will have the interviews. But what an ending. Absolute incredible ending. There's your race results. Marzan with the win. Neen Tisto and Darkrai. Princess separated by thousandths. Then it was Judoka. Doogie got 14th. Fastest lap was Darkrai on lap 22. Great job. We're all leaving the room before I tagged anyone. But we will have Marzan, Neen Tisto, Princess. He's not here. They did forget interviews. I'll go in and see if they want to talk. But they've all left. They all wanted to get out. Maybe because it's a bit late. Oh no, daylight savings happened, so it's not late. It's just later for me. It's lunchtime for me right now. It's 12:15. And I haven't had breakfast, so I'm hungry. Now let's have a look. SFR GT Challenge. Drivers meeting interviews. Marzan's there. Well, Marzan's the only one here, but that's okay. That was seemed like an easy race for you though, man. You started on the mediums and you kept pace with them. Did you find it hard to keep up with them, or is this the nature of Monza easy to keep up with the slipstream?
Yeah, hi there, Josh. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it was the nature of Monza. I knew if I keep it up with the mediums in the start, I will manage to have a pace of softs and get away with the mediums without like falling apart.
Yeah, well, it worked wonders for you. Was your plan to follow the guys in if you could get around them, which you did? Who'd you get around? Can't remember who you were racing at the start.
Well, honestly, I thought I was because I knew like Cooper, like it's not his fault obviously, but I knew his car always like have a bad start because of the his Mazda.
Yeah.
But I failed the start, so it wasn't the plan about failing the start and Bill Gilp on front. But actually that helped a lot because his draft like make me have a soft pace like for 3 or 4 laps after I pit, and then after I pit I just put softs, and everybody had to use mediums, and I already wasted the mediums, so that was the key right there.
Yeah, well, it worked, and it made things far too easy for you. Cooper's here in the Mazda. Starts not quite your strong point, but you almost threw it away at the end, bro.
I probably won't get third place after what I did at the first lap, so I don't think it really matters. Princess drove a good race and she deserved to get third. She was just unlucky that I got her at the end.
Yeah, what happened at the start? And we must have missed that. Did you hit someone?
I dive bombed gnarly into one of the parabolic corners, and was it no, I don't think it was parabolic. I think it was somewhere else, but I kind of dive bombed and drove him off the track. I don't know. I just didn't want to get held up at all, like I did for most of the race. But it's what happens when you have a car that just can't start off the line. So
yeah, it's real obvious. But I mean, you fought back hard. Strategy worked for you. But we'll have to wait and see what the stewards say with all that. But anyway, how did you think your race went apart from all that?
Not really that good, honestly. I should have pretty much, when Marzan went into the pits, I thought I had a chance of winning, and then I saw his fuel was at 53, and I only had like 23% of fuel, so there was like no time I could possibly lose, and then I went into the first game and I lost all that time and gave him a free win, basically.
Right. And Marzan, next up is Interlagos. When do you start practicing for the next round? Because you've got FIA events coming up. Do you do it the week before or the weekend before?
Yeah, I usually do it. Well, I don't really practice Interlagos because that's pretty much a track that I'm really good at. Especially since I have a car for it. The problem is just like today, I'm gonna have problems with the start. So I don't know where I'll finish. I don't know how I can beat a car that can start off the line well. Yeah, it's gonna be really difficult, honestly.
It will be. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Maybe strategy can be your saving grace.
Yeah, well, the thing is with strategy is that in this car, it can only work for second place. You can't catch the leader in because of the start, you need all the time. You need to go fast at the start, and this car just can't. By
And
the second lap, I'm like almost a second off the pace.
would you share that thought, Marzan, having to get the start, have the speed, and make the gap at the first lap? If he's there, you still got your mic muted.
Okay, sorry, repeat the question, sorry.
Cooper was just saying because he's got the car that can't get off the line and get the pace on the first lap. Would you share?
Yeah,
this?
I mean, honestly, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, obviously, I share the same thoughts. I mean, I used that car in FIA the last season, so I know what he's struggling right now. I mean, he doesn't have a top speed. I mean, he only have to defend himself with the acceleration he has. I mean, accelerations getting out of the corner, because from the from the start, that car doesn't have any grip. So yeah, his car, he actually have all the fault that he lose 3-4 spots in the beginning. I mean, I know he have a pace to win or finish 2 or 3 always, but his car at the beginning, he have always to struggle at the start of the races.
Well, you've got the Corvette this season, and it's got a good start. So yeah, when do you start practicing for the next event? Do you put much time into it?
Well, I honestly always put it about an hour before the event, so I can have a time with both compounds, so I can make a strategy. So basically, that's what I did today. I just took an hour before the event and just made some times with different compounds, and I just do a little strategy that actually, so you see, it worked out.
You definitely did. Well, it's a good insight to see how you're thinking about it. But thanks, Cooper and Marzan, for having a chat, and thank you for putting on the race. It was a good show. So thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that's going to be the end of tonight's broadcast, or today's broadcast, depending where you are in the world. We have the final of the Formula 2 F101 Esports Championship coming up on Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. GMT 10. Everything's changed now because of daylight savings here and in the States. And then we've got the Formula 1 race from... Where did they just race at? I can't remember because I haven't watched it yet, because I've got to go back and watch it. Wherever they were this week, I've had a total mind blank. Anyway, we're doing that on Friday, and then Sunday will be round 3 of Race on Oz before we go to the Pro Division at Monza next week, same time, the new time at 11 a.m. GMT 10. So don't forget to mark that down. But until then, my name's been Josh Gahan. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your participation. And don't forget, if you haven't already, to like the video, share, subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out the channel, and everything we do here. It lets me know you're enjoying it. But until next time, good night, and have a wonderful day.